nothing.
And Chris Ello.
I think he's kind of a mouth.
Oh, my gosh. What does that mean?
He just says a bunch of stuff that I don't agree with.
All right.
A mouth.
I'm going to move on from this as fast as possible.
Number 2. It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn and Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
I was all up in my feelings about the way the Padres were playing, but then I found out that starting Sunday, there's going to be commercials on Red Zone. So I became even more depressed.
Aww.
Welcome into Gwynn and Chris, everybody. Let's try to have a happy Thursday, shall we? It is a day off for the Padres, and we are with you for the next couple of hours because at 4 o'clock today, we will be making way for the Thursday night NFL opener between the Dallas Cowboys and the champion Philadelphia Eagles. First Thursday nighter of the season. We'll preempt the final 2 hours of our show today, but we will have a couple of hours between now and then. And for those of you who like to listen to the 97.3 The Fan Padres Roundtable, have no fear. It will air after the football game tonight. So if you missed it this morning, you can catch it after football this evening. And let's say you're out watching the game, maybe on your way back, you flip on the roundtable and you can hear Ben and Woodsy and Paul and Braden and Skraby and myself pretty much destroy the memory of the 2025 Padres season.
I did not take it that way.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know how you couldn't take it that way. It went, look, I know they went 1-5. I know they got swept by the Orioles. It is the first time this year, and we are in September, mind you. It is the first time this year that the Padres have been swept at home, or I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. Sorry, let me rephrase. It's the first time this year the Padres have lost a series at home to a team with a losing record. Think about that for a moment. They made it all the way to September without a disaster like what just occurred this week. So really, if you try to look at it in that way, it's not as hard to handle. Look, they've lost 4 series all year to teams that currently have a losing record. They lost a series to the D-backs, and they're only 1 game under 500, but they did lose 1 series to them. They lost the series in Miami to the Marlins, and then these last 2. That's it. So I think we've all gone a little overboard and off the deep end. You couldn't find anybody on that panel today, from Ben right past me, to Braden, to Paul, to Woodsy, to you, who thinks the Padres have any shot to as much as even win 1 playoff game. I'm pretty sure everybody down that panel said, well, yeah, they'll be in the playoffs, but there's no way they'll win a game. It's going to be 2 and out.
Did we do the same roundtable today?
I invite anybody to listen to the roundtable.
Because I've never said that they couldn't win a playoff game.
Well, then they didn't come to you, because everybody they came to did say that. And I just think that's absurd. If they play like they did the last 3 games and get starting pitching like that, they obviously will go home. But so would the Phillies, and so would the Cubs, and so would even the Dodgers. You name a team, they give up 7 runs and 4 home runs in the first 3 innings, kick the ball all over the yard, get no timely hitting. They're going to go home in 2 straight. But I think to throw away this season, and a lot of people are throwing away this season. I read a good tweet today, and I think it's...
You need to get off Twitter. You keep telling me to get off Twitter. You need to get off Twitter.
Yeah, but this was a good tweet. This was an intelligent tweet, and I didn't save it, so I can't give credit to who tweeted it. But it went something like this: for every baseball season, a good team has to be able to ride the ups and the downs and handle the ups and handle the downs and keep on going and keep on, plugging along and not get totally freaked out. And then the tweet ended by saying, good fans have to do the same thing. And I think that's a fair comment. We had Matt Snyder from CBS Sports on within the last few weeks. He's a Cubs fan. They happened to be getting waxed at the time. I think they'd lost 10 of 12. They'd fallen, 9 games behind Milwaukee at one point? Matt Snyder was like, man, I don't think the Cubs are ever going to win another game. Well, seems they're doing okay right now. As a matter of fact, the Cubs are 4 games clear of the Padres for the first wild card. The Phillies have lost 10 in a row to the Mets in New York. Every time they go to New York, they get swept. They get hammered. They play terrible. They pitch terrible. Schwarber goes 0 for 20. And I guarantee you every Philly fan says this season's over. The Mets fans, I'm sure, have given up many times on this season. And even the mighty Dodgers try to go to their chat boards and see what those fans are saying about Dave Roberts.
You don't want to.
So I get it. I'm glad that you care. I'm glad that you're invested. But 8 out of 10 is what it is. It's a lousy stretch of baseball. I am not trying to call it something it's not.
I got it.
For people to be, honestly, people are sitting here right now panicked that the Giants are going to just race right by us and steal the last playoff spot from out from under us. Because I don't think people think the Padres are going to win another game. And I just think you're putting not everyone feels that way. A small loud minority of people feel that way. Because I don't see this. I don't know what you're talking about. Did you not sit with us for an hour this morning?
Yeah, they said that they wouldn't.
Were you awake?
Yes, they said they wouldn't get a tattoo on their face. It was either, do the Padres win a playoff game, or do you get a tattoo of the Dodgers logo on your face? That was the conversation.
No.
So they said,
again, you're wrong.
Okay.
The question that Ben posed was, if you could make a bet, and if the Padres make the playoffs, you get $50,000. But if they don't make it, you have to get a big fat Dodger logo tattoo on your face.
Yes.
Would you accept the bet?
I did.
Everybody said they would accept the bet because they think they're going to get the $50,000. But they added that they're not going to even come close to winning a playoff game. And I don't see how you can eliminate that from being a possibility. Their starting pitching right now is not good. Michael King right now is not healthy. But between now and 3 weeks, there is, nothing that guarantees Michael King won't get back, won't get a chance to make 3 or 4 starts, get himself right. There's nothing to suggest that Nick Pivetta is anything but a top-notch starter. And there's nothing that can even shake my confidence, maybe yours, in Yu Darvish when the chips are down against a team like the Dodgers with the bright lights on. He's done it 100 times before. I still think the Padres are going to be fine. Nestor Cortez, not going to be starting a playoff game. J.P. Sears isn't going to be called upon either. And I would even doubt Dylan Cease would be in a rotation. Understand how the playoffs are going to be. Right now, the Padres are in a slump. They're playing lousy. But every single team in baseball can say the same thing at one point or another.
I'm getting people that are saying that you're not presenting this as it was presented on the roundtable, which I agree with, because everybody said exactly what you said. If they go into the playoffs right now like this, they're not going to win a game. That's what they said.
They have no confidence that this team can win a game in the playoffs.
Right this moment, yes.
Well, I do. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's absolutely absurd, because if I ask everybody on Monday, once they sweep the Rockies, everyone will be fine. I think it's, I don't know. I just think this is an overreaction to a lousy stretch of baseball. And it's a good thing that, look, Mike Schilt for 130 games seemed to put together a pretty good lineup. All of a sudden, he doesn't know what in the hell he's doing. He's got to change it up. For 130 games, Mike Schilt managed the bullpen perfectly. Now, all of a sudden, he can't make a right move. For 130 games, the Padres had as good a starting pitching as there is in baseball. Last 10 games, they have some of the worst. I don't think what's happened in the last 10 games should wipe out our confidence in this team. And I don't think it's wiped out the confidence in the players or the coaches or the people around the Padres. But I think it's got a lot of people very concerned. I think you're presenting the wrong feeling based on what I heard today, which is that people are out there thinking the Giants are going to go right past us. Really? You really think the Giants? Does anyone really?
Who said that?
Oh my God.
Who said that?
I guess I was just not at the same thing you were.
Did they say that on the roundtable that the Giants are going to roll past?
Did Ben not ask a question in reference to all of the people who are concerned the Giants are going to pass the Padres? That should we root for the Giants to beat the Dodgers or the Dodgers to beat the Giants to keep the Giants from passing us? Did I not hear that question?
He was posing a question.
Why is it even a question?
He didn't even say.
Of course you're going to root for the Giants because you're not worried about the Giants passing the Padres. You just want to argue with me.
No, I'm being serious. I have no idea what you're talking about.
None.
Like, I remember the Dodgers and the Giants things, but no one on the panel said that they were the Giants were going to pass the Padres in the standings. No one on the panel said that.
Well, why would there even be a question of this?
Because that's just what you do. You talk about stupid things like do you think the Giants can pass the Padres?
All right. Apparently, I hit my head against a wood board today and blanked out.
I'm not trying
from 10 a.m. to 11. So what I will do is after the Cowboy-Eagles game, I will re-listen to the roundtable so that I can be sure, what I actually heard. Which I don't believe in 60 minutes time there was one positive thing spoken about this Padre team.
Okay.
I just didn't hear it. What did you hear positive?
I thought we handled it well. I thought there was nothing really positive to be said about the last 6 games, which is what we were talking about in the roundtable. The last 6 games, the 1-5 in the last 6. I thought we all presented exactly how people feel out there. We're angry. We're kind of nervous, but we're not like I didn't think that any of us were really thinking the Padres would never win a game again.
Show is underway. Skraby and I will probably be at each other's throats for the next 2 hours. I'm really trying
not to because I'm happy about today.
I don't quite get, how we were both in the same place but heard something completely different. So evidently, with the Padres having lost 8 out of 10, with the Padres having a day off, listen to the round table and celebrate the success of the Padres with us after Cowboys-Eagles football. When we come back, there are some actual things to be concerned about. We will discuss those. We will talk about the beginning of the National Football League season, and Skraby and I will try to keep from beating each other up so that we can return.
I am not doing anything today. I'm actually trying to diffuse this.
You basically, since I mentioned the name Luis Arraez yesterday at 6:00, have pretty much argued everything I've said. Straight up for 1 hour and 15 minutes now of radio. Is that not accurate?
I'm confused. I'm so confused.
I'm sorry that you are.
I am really confused.
We'll take the break to try to sort it out as we step aside for our first, I think, important break on 97.3 The Fan.
5,000.
home of the playoff-bound Padres. Padres are off today. Tony Gwynn Jr. is also off. Padres on their way to Denver. They'll take on the Rockies this weekend. I think we can agree on the fact that the Padres starting pitching needs to be better moving forward, better than it has been the last 10 games. The statistics support how bad the starting pitching has been. I think the ERA is well over 7 or 8. The average innings are less than 4. You're pretty much behind in every game you play, the way the starting pitching has been. So you have Nick Pivetta going tomorrow night against the Rockies, and I'm thinking, well, that's a good thing. Pivetta's been our best pitcher by a wide margin all season long. I've been touting him to be in the running for a Cy Young consideration. I know that's taboo in the rest of the country because we absolutely have to give that award every year to Paul Skeens. But
yeah, I don't know why he's not getting more play.
I think Nick Pivetta has been great all year, and he's come up big when the Padres have needed it. His last outing, 5 innings, couple of runs, threw more pitches than he's been doing. But if you want to go back to the last time any Padre pitcher threw a single pitch after the 5th inning, it was Nick Pivetta 2 starts ago. So by and large, I feel very confident about Nick Pivetta pitching in Colorado tomorrow, giving the Padres a good start and getting this thing immediately turned around. Hopefully sweep a Rockies team that has been swept already, get this, 17 times this year. That team has been swept 17 times. They have been swept 7 times at Coors Field this year, including this week by the Giants, who just finished up a 3-game sweep at Coors Field. So there's absolutely no reason you can't go in there and you know, if you're playing good baseball, you should win all 3 games. But there is this caveat. Nick Pivetta admittingly does not pitch well at Coors Field, and he knows it.
You dropped a stat on me earlier I had no idea about. The ERA.
His ERA, and I'm just going to look it up because I want to get it exact. Nick Pivetta's ERA at Coors Field in his career is 17.16. I take it back. It's 17.36. He's pitched 14 innings there. In those 14 innings at Coors Field, he's given up 31 hits. That's more than 2 per inning. He's given up 28 runs, which is 2 per inning. He's walked 6. He has a whip of 2.64. And in those games, the Rockies hitters are batting .458 against Nick Pivetta.
Ugh.
That includes a game this year, by the way, where he did not pitch well up there earlier this season. I think 6 runs in 4 innings, something like that.
If he did pitch in Colorado.
He did, he did not pitch well.
6 earned runs, 4 innings.
Right.
Yeah.
So he didn't pitch well earlier. And here's the thing. Kevin Acee broke it down as he often does and doing a good job on all this stuff. But he talked to Pivetta about this, and evidently we're going to go into analytics here that I'm not a big fan of always, but evidently Pivetta's fastball has the ability to rise in the strike zone as it's coming to home plate.
I have heard this, yes.
And it apparently rises by an average of 24, I don't want to say inches, whatever they measure that, it's between 20 and 24 in terms of the rising capacity of this pitch.
Okay.
However the analytics want to say. But at Coors Field, his pitch only rises around 14 or 16. So he doesn't get the same rise and ride on his fastball. This is according to these analytics. The other thing that I'm almost sure is true, although this was not talked about in the article today, Pivetta has a curveball that goes from your nose to your toes.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the best in the league. Well, nobody's curveball breaks as much in the thin air of Coors Field. Nobody's. Not Bert Blyleven's, not anyone's.
Barry Zito's.
So Pivetta, without the rise in his fastball, without the same break in his curveball, he said himself, I just don't line up to pitch well there. Now, it is with that attitude, apparently, that he's going to go to the mound tomorrow night in a game that the Padres have to have him pitch well. Now, he did try to say at the end, hey, I just got to pitch better. I got to do the job. But 17.36 does not bode well.
No.
Saturday night, you got the old TBA. Now, I think at some point when they put this in, they were hoping maybe that'd be Michael King. I don't see how it is. I haven't heard anything about Michael King coming back, and I'd be shocked if that's him. I don't think anybody wants to see J.P. Sears.
No.
Not in Coors Field. Not a guy that gives up nothing but fly balls to the warning track.
Yeah, that's not a good place for him.
I don't think that's the call. So I'm thinking Saturday night is, I don't know, opener, bullpen. We talked a lot about on the show today, the roundtable, about it being Randy Vasquez, and that was something we all could agree on.
Yes.
We would like to see Randy Vasquez given another shot here. He, as crazy as it is to watch this guy pitch, he at least seems to engender more confidence right now than any of the other choices out there. But we'll just have to wait for Saturday night. But never fear, after the struggling, can't pitch in Coors Field Nick Pivetta Friday, after the unknown of TBA pitching Saturday, don't worry about it, because Sunday we have Dylan Cease, who's yet to win a single game this year on the road.
Well, it's about time.
So
it is about time.
So I guess if you want to jump into the camp of I am worried about the Padres, this weekend you would think the Rockies is a place to go to get well, right?
Yeah,
they're one of the worst teams in baseball history. They're not going to end up with the worst record unless they lose every game. So they're going to beat out the White Sox in terms of wins and losses. But their plus minus ratio, a run score differential, is already the worst in the history of the game, except for the Cleveland Spiders of 1899.
I love it when we mention the Spiders.
Yeah. So the Rockies, I think, have been outscored. I believe it's been 362 runs, something like that. The previous record was only 349. So you'd like to believe this is the place to go. However, Dylan Cease's numbers don't indicate you're going to get much of a game Sunday.
No.
0-8, 5.81 with a whip of 1.407.
He's prone to the home run, too.
He's given up 9 home runs on the road. He's actually given up 11 at home. So there's that to consider. But despite it all, I am going to stand by the fact that the Padres are going to be in the playoffs. This is a playoff caliber team. It has been all year. There is no reason to think otherwise, even though they are in Slumpville right now.
I'm with you. I think they're going to make the playoffs too. I'm definitely not thinking that this team is just going to fade out and miss the playoffs. That would be crazy. That would be an even more epic collapse than 2021.
Oh, this would be on the level of the. I'm going to go too far back for people, but if you want to ever see one of the greatest collapses in baseball history, the '64 Phillies. I know I'm going way too far.
I do love stories like this.
I believe the Phillies had to win one game of their last 11 or 12, and I don't think they won any of them.
Oh,
and the Cardinals passed them and went to the World Series.
That is brutal.
It was bad. I could be off by a game or two, but I know that they basically were printing tickets and the whole thing. That was a done deal. So yeah, there's been examples of this, but yeah, I'm pretty confident the Padres will steady the ship. They may need to score some runs to steady the ship this weekend. The good news about that, they're going to a place where they should be able to score some runs. So
let's hope. We
will start with all of that tomorrow night. In the meantime, we'll enjoy a day off. The Dodgers do play the Pirates a little later today. I honestly am not even concerned about the Dodgers at the moment. I'm only concerned about getting the Padres right. Once that happens, then I'll start thinking about the scoreboard again. But as for now, Dodgers Pirates a little later. Gwynn and Chris coming back. We're going right into a big five.
Yes.
Okay, it's a quick show today. We got 2 hours, so we're going to go and see what else is going on when we come back. And this is Gwynn and Chris and the chummy friends that are Chris and Skraby. 97.3 The Fan.
Gwynn and Chris.
course, tomorrow morning, Manager's Report with Mike Schilt. It's at 9 a.m. Wonder if Woodsy will tell Schilt that doesn't think they're going to win a playoff game. I don't know why I bring these things
I don't know why either.
But go back to the tape, my friend.
Okay. We
already went back to the tape,
did,
and we
he
still
said,
disagreed. No,
yeah,
we still disagreed.
Because
you said he didn't say it, and I said he just said it.
Because
so
he was joking.
Crazy. Oh, really? He was joking.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. All right. I want everybody to listen
You're
to their own.
You're the only one who is.
I want
on
everybody
your
to listen
side.
to their own version of the round table. Woods' quote was, I will take that bet because they're going to be in the playoffs. But if the bet was that they'd win a playoff game, I'm not taking it.
Okay.
That was the exact quote, which I believe, if you think about what it means, he is not predicting them to win a playoff game.
I think that he.
Boom.
Okay. You can
but
take
you
it
think
however you
something
want.
differently.
Yes,
so that's
definitely.
crazy. All right. Well, they'll get it all sorted out in the morning. Ben and Woods with Mike Schilt. 9 a.m. tomorrow, the Manager's Report refreshed by EcoWater SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. EcoWater SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925. It is, and even Manny last night after the game said this, thank goodness tomorrow's the start of the NFL season. We need a little break.
Did he say that?
Oh, yeah. He said,
Okay.
we need a divert. He goes, tomorrow is the day for golf. He said, it's good that the NFL's starting. It's good. It gives us something else to look at, something to, and then come back Friday ready to go.
Okay,
So,
I like that. Let's reset. I don't care.
yeah, got to reset, man, right now. And the NFL season, people be tuned in. Philadelphia, PA tonight, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Philadelphia Eagles. We have the game coming up right here on 97.3 The Fan. Pre-game show follows us at 4 o'clock today. I'm looking at one of these websites that is making two bold predictions for the game tonight. I'll just throw them at you. Number one, the Eagles score at least 40 points.
Oh.
Number two, George Pickens gets 120 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Cowboys.
Listen, I had George Pickens on my team last year. He didn't have a great quarterback situation, but I can tell you one thing about George Pickens. He lets his emotions get the best of him all the time, and he does not play well a lot because of it.
Yeah, if he could harness that, his skill
he'd be so good.
Charts.
He'd be so good, but he's always like fighting with people. He's always doing something.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see Pickens tonight. I think Lori has him as her flex tonight. So
all right. I mean, it's not a bad play.
She would be happy if this particular prediction came true.
Can I see it happening? Yes.
100 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Lori'd be thrilled with that. All right, we got the game coming up. There's some other things going on in sports. For that, we turn to Matt Skraby and today's Big Five.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Since we talked about the pitching so much earlier today, I think we should talk about the Padres pitching for this first question at least.
Number 5.
And it's really simple, Chris. If the playoffs started today, who is your starting pitcher for game one?
Today.
I
honestly think if it's at home, and I don't know right now. Okay, today they're going to be on the road, right?
No. Okay, I see what you're
as
saying.
it stands. Right now, they're going to be in Chicago. So you're asking me who
so
would
if you
I
want to
start?
change, that's fine. If you want to go home and away, that's okay too.
Well, I'd say if they can be at home, I'd go with Pivetta. If all things are fair.
Agreed.
It also has to mean that he's, it's his turn. You don't know how the last week's going to play out.
He's right.
These guys that might all have to pitch on Friday or Saturday. But if you can rest it and set it up, I'd do Pivetta at home. Right now, I would go with Darvish on the road. I will take my chances with Darvish. I believe in this guy for one game with all the chips on the table. We've seen what he's capable of this year. We haven't seen it every time out, but we saw it last year in the postseason. It was a joy to watch. So I think Darvish is there, and I do believe Michael King will be back, and I do believe that will give them 3 really good pitchers, as good as any 3 that anyone else is going to have. Everyone talks about the Dodgers' great starting pitching. Well, yes, it's good, but they only have 3 guys, too.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't start them all. So I think the Padres are going to be fine. They obviously have to get through this stretch, but most of the bad pitching in this stretch has been done by Cortez and Sears and Cease and people that I don't think are going to be in contention to start.
I think, Chris, we are in agreement on this. So, I mean, it's really, to me, the only way to go. On the road, you start Darvish. At home, you start Pivetta. Because you're right, Darvish has been doing this for a long, long time. He knows when to turn it on. I'm a little worried because he hasn't been doing that here lately, but
not consistently. No, he's had some good ones and bad ones.
They needed him to have a great start against the Dodgers to try to save the season. He did have a great start.
He had another great one in the last game.
He did. One pitch,
one home run, and they lost 1-2-0. So he pitched well in that game too. I feel good about Darvish. I feel really good about Pivetta, as long as they don't open in Coors Field, and I don't think that's a possibility. And I do. I believe in Michael King. I think he's going to be back. I'm hopeful, at least. I mean, if he's not back, we did say this today also on the roundtable. We said a lot of stuff on the roundtable. You're going to have to listen to it, but we also said this, and we were all in agreement. If Michael King doesn't make it back, they weren't going to go anywhere anyway. Like, we need Michael King. He's too big a part of this.
He is.
They're not going to make it. It'd be like if they, we already took Jason Adam out, which is a big deal. You want to take Manny out, then okay, we'll be in the playoffs, but we're not going to be the same threat. Same thing without Michael King. So he's got to get back. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, he definitely does. And hopefully sooner rather than maybe he's the Saturday starter.
Well, I brought that up. I would like to think that's a possibility, but man, they're being pretty quiet about it.
They're being very quiet about it.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4.
NFL Red Zone. I don't even know if I want to go with this question because we're already feeling bad in the studio.
I already brought it up in the open.
I know. NFL Red Zone is back this weekend with week 1, but it's going to look a little different. After years and years of no commercials on the channel in Red Zone, Scott Hansen was talking to Pat McAfee, and, I don't like what he said. Here is what Scott Hansen had to say earlier.
You're going to maybe go to the bathroom now. If there is like a little... No bathroom. You still stand in solidarity.
Married to it.
Yeah, I respect
17 years?
Yes. But I don't think anybody's upset about the commercials. I mean, it's an easy thing to kind of tweet about and post about, but I don't think anybody's turning it off because of commercials, and the NFL knows that.
Yes.
And it's like, we can certainly.
I'll tell you this. We've had meetings all off season. We had our rehearsal. We had our dress rehearsal in week 3 of the preseason. And we are not going to sacrifice any great football for any of the business side of things, right? The business folks are going to handle the business, and we play the hand that's dealt us. But we will not miss a touchdown. We will not say, oh, okay, this is 1st and goal from the 5, but let's, sell some pizza or pick up trucks. But
do it. Yeah, unless it's
you pick and choose your spots like anything.
Well, if the business people...
All right, so there you go. He says that they're going to pick and choose their spots. It's reportedly going to include 4 15-second ads, and I'm not sure if
over 7 hours. So there's
really
only not
4
a lot.
15-second commercials. Well, next week it's going to be 6 15-second commercials,
and that's what you want to get to. I'm sure, and you're right. But just so people understand, they're going to keep the red zone picture on the screen.
Yes.
They're going to put another box next to it with the commercial.
Yes.
And they're going to turn up the sound on the commercial. So for 15 seconds, you will only have red zone pictures. So you really won't miss anything in that regard. You'll miss the sound for 15 seconds. But this is the beginning of the end, Skraby.
It is.
It's the beginning of the end.
It is.
Look, ESPN's taking a lot of heat for this. And I don't think the ESPN actually made the call. I know ESPN just hooked up with the NFL, but I don't think ESPN is making those kinds of calls yet. The NFL is just sticking it to us again because they know they can get away with it. They know not one of us, I bet you not one of us, cancels our Red Zone subscription because of this announcement.
That's what I want to talk about, because I did get a text from someone saying, I'm going to cancel my Red Zone because I bought this thinking there was going to be no ads. I don't really believe them either. Yeah. I'll have to check in with them on Sunday. But the complaint is that the NFL hoodwinked people by not releasing the news of the commercials until after many people have already paid.
For sure.
So you're purchasing a commercial-free product, and now it's not commercial-free.
It's a chicken bleep move by the NFL, but that's what the NFL does.
All right, here's the question.
Okay, sorry.
Should people get their money back from the NFL if they request it? My answer is yes.
I would love to see it. The same way Charger fans should get their season ticket money back if they request it.
Yeah, that's true.
Charger fans bought season tickets with the notion that the Chiefs was part of the package.
One of the big marketable items.
It's the biggest. And now the Chiefs are playing the Chargers in Brazil.
And the Chargers are like, I don't care.
And the Chargers are like, well, sorry, you bought season tickets. Go to Brazil.
Yeah.
And, again, I would imagine people can cancel and hopefully get some money back. But the Chargers know damn well nobody's going to cancel.
Yeah.
The NFL, until we do something about it, is going to take advantage of the high perch that it sits on.
Brand says, I'm not canceling. I'm just not going to buy this year.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Fair enough.
You're right. It's the beginning of the end.
But I do think it's the beginning of the end. I don't think it'll be more than a few years before there is commercials, and they will come back 5 minutes later.
Oh,
and
here's
Scott
what happened
Hansen
while we
will
were
have
away.
to recap what happened. I can see it for sure. The NFL is going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. They're going to take as much as they can take until we, as the football-paying public, say no more.
I agree.
But I don't know when no more is going to ever be.
When they start charging when they start asking for parts of your mortgage is when I think people.
I was part of the problem, of course, because I'm a Dolphin fan. I had to see the playoff game 2 years ago. But if that Chief Dolphin game on Peacock had been purchased by 12 people only, ESPN NFL would never do that again.
We
could have stopped it before it started. But guess what? It was the most purchased streaming event in the history of streaming.
Because so they know it was forced into it.
Of course, but they know what they're doing, and, it's not our fault. It's their fault. They're taking advantage of us for sure.
Yes.
Number 3.
All right, this is kind of a weird story, but the Clippers face an NBA investigation after Pablo Torre reported they circumvented salary cap rules by facilitating a $28 million no-show sponsorship for Kawhi Leonard with Aspiration, which is a company backed by owner Steve Ballmer. Basically, Kawhi was given $7 million a year to do nothing, and people think it was to help pay for his salary, and then that's how they got around with it. The league is now considering significant penalties. Chris, if found guilty, what should the NBA do about this?
I think it's a moot point.
Interesting.
I don't think they're guilty.
Oh.
And I don't think that they're going to be able to show that they're guilty.
I'm sure they have their ducks in a row if they were trying to do this for that reason. Ballmer.
Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is a multi-billionaire.
Yes.
I just can't believe he was this stupid that in basically full view of everyone, he would invest or whatever in a fake company knowing that he would be able to skim money and give it to Kawhi Leonard as a way of circumventing the salary cap. It's way too easy to catch him. And if he is caught, he's basically out of the league. You can't do something like this. This is as bad a cheating as there is, almost except for what the Astros did. But I don't think he did it.
It's not a fake company.
And here's my problem. I think the world and the sports world need a Pablo Torre. They do. I like people that are out there investigating and trying to uncover stuff.
Me too.
But I don't believe Pablo Torre yet. He's not earned my full trust. He is the same person that said there was no chance, according to his sources, that Bill Belichick would even coach a game.
Exactly. But no one ever brings that up.
No, nobody even reminds him of it.
Okay, remember when you stood on that
and he's now he seemed to be right about the other big story they broke a little while ago about the collusion.
Yes.
So
NFLPA.
So I'm saying I think a guy like this is important to have. I can't believe if Ballmer's this stupid, then he deserves to be forced out of basketball. But I can't buy that he's that dumb. I just so I think it's a moot point. Like, what should they do? I don't think they're going to find anything wrong. And also, I could be wrong, but that's my prediction.
No, it's a real company, but there is some weird stuff going on.
Oh, it's a really weird company, and there's a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And the company itself is a bunch of scam artists. They may have scammed Ballmer too.
Maybe they did. That'd be
they may have
crazy.
done that.
But make Kawhi. You know how you get around this? You make Kawhi go and meet people for a day, for an hour, and then there you go. You're paid for your sponsorships.
There's your $7 million.
But I agree. If they are found guilty, then Steve Ballmer should be
down.
out. Yeah, because that's crazy.
Down. Flat out step down.
All right.
Number 2.
We did our fantasy drafts, and we are ready for our fantasy football season to begin. I did one last night. It's one of those where some of these guys take players that no one's ever heard of early in the draft. But Chris, or I'm at first actually, what big name fantasy player do you think is going to be a bust this year?
A bust.
I'm going to say...
Oh, you're going first. Okay.
Yes, the one that everybody is screaming from the rooftops, and I have no idea why. Ashton Genty. He's a rookie on the Raiders. I cannot waste the top 10 pick on a guy I have zero idea how good he's going to be in the NFL.
I think he got about 60 yards against Penn State. You know, that was the one. That was the game that I was looking at
to see how he stacked up.
I expected him to run over, UNLV and Utah State, but I wanted to see against a bunch of pros. And, of course, he didn't have pros blocking for him, so that's part of it.
That is true.
Genty could be very good. He could. The Raiders may just try to keep every game close and run the ball, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to keep all the games close, which means how are they ever going to really establish his ground attack?
I don't know.
So I think this is a really good pick by you.
Thank you.
I do.
Do you have any other names?
I hadn't thought about it in these terms. I mean, I have my people that I'm rooting against. Caleb Williams is a guy I like to root against. And I know that people think he's, going to break out.
He's not a top 10 fantasy pick, though.
But he's really not. Yeah. So you're asking me like a top 10 guy that I don't think is going to be very good?
Or just anyone that's being hyped, I guess. But you could choose Ashton Genty because that could be
I think that's, I think you probably got the best one. If I think of somebody else, I'll let you know.
Okay.
Number 1.
Well, I should wait. Bijan Robinson will be terrible because he's mine. So I've jinxed him into a bad season.
You just made everybody who has Bijan Robinson
Sorry,
gasp.
Bijan fans. Sorry.
All right, this is non-sports related, but there's a new movie coming out called In the Hand of Dante, which I have already seen. Don't ask me how, and it's decent. It's not like crazy good in my opinion. It's one of those long artsy movies, but basically it follows this. It's like a mob story surrounding the original manuscript of Dante's Inferno. Like they don't think it exists, but then they find it, and so they have to go about it that way. Anyway, at the Venice Film Festival, Chris, after the movie was over, the film, they had a 9.5 minute standing ovation. Can you think of anything in your life that you would stand for 9.5 minutes and clap for?
Yes. I would stand for 3 hours and 9 minutes on Harbor Drive for a Padre parade.
All right. That's a good one. I didn't even think about that one.
Though. This is crazy, but not unheard of for movies.
Oh, I know.
It does happen sometimes.
I know, it's insane.
And it doesn't guarantee that it's a great movie either.
No, it's insane. Like, do you realize how long 9.5 minutes of clapping is?
Yeah,
that is people's hands bleeding after that. I mean, come on. But 9.5 minutes, I just wanted to see if you thought that was crazy, because I do.
It's pretty crazy.
All right. That's it for the Big Five Daily Gambit. When we get back here on 97.3 The Fan.
To it, second half, as it were. Crisello, Matt Skraby today. Tony Gwynn Jr. like the Padres is idle. Padres on their way to Denver. Got the Rockies tomorrow. I will, at the risk of getting, Skraby and I misunderstanding the same thing today. On the roundtable, I believe Woods and everybody else did say, "Oh no, we're going to Coors Field. It's a house of horrors."
I said that too.
Okay, so we're in agreement on that.
Yes, we're in agreement on that.
But as I pointed out, the Padres did win a game 21-0 there this year. Hopefully,
wasn't that kind of the start of the offensive woes? Like after that, we were talking about it a lot, and we referenced the 21-0 game.
Sometimes that happens. Another thing we talked about today, which I think is important, and we don't know who's going to pitch Saturday yet. Maybe it's being bandied about a little, on Twitter, but I haven't seen it. I think Vasquez is the guy. Adam Klug came in, our program director, and pointed out Vasquez apparently has not pitched in 13 days down at AAA. And what that means is a fair question. Like, what would they be saving him for?
Rest?
That's a lot of rest. And now you're going to ask him to go into a pennant race game at Coors Field. So I do want Vasquez. I don't want to see Cortez anymore. If I see Cortez now, it's got to be in long relief. He's got to get my trust again that he can give me 2 or 3 innings.
He just gives up too many home runs.
Sears, to me, is, a fly ball pitcher, and you certainly can't use him at Coors Field. But I did bring this up today because I like to stir the pot, I guess. You know who the Padres could really use right about now? The way their starting pitching is going.
Yeah, Stephen Kolek.
Yeah, Kolek and or Bergert. They're both pitching pretty well for Kansas City last I checked. And in order to get Fermin, we gave both of them up. And this isn't an I told you so, because I'm not even the type to go back on this trade now. We've made it, and I'm a Fermin fan. But that was the one trade that I didn't like on trade day. I thought it was too much. Now, Fermin came out gangbusters here, and everybody thought we had stolen him from Kansas City. He's come back to earth. Now, with our pitching struggling, that trade, you view it through a little different lens, is all I'm saying right now. And that could turn back around. Maybe Fermin goes on another hot streak and the Padres get their starting pitching going. But they gave up 2 young starters who both pitched okay this year, better than okay. And, now you could use them, just to twist the knife a little further. If you're looking for somebody to pitch at Coors Field this weekend, Kolek was the shutout pitcher in that 21-0 game.
Yes, he was.
And I know it doesn't seem like it counts. Well, they won 20. I still shut him out. He did not give up a run.
I mean, I think it's almost harder to shut him out in 21-0.
Sometimes, yeah, when you're that far ahead. Anyway,
I do agree that it is revisionist history for us to be like that was a terrible trade.
Doesn't do us any good at this point. It wasn't a terrible trade. Ryan
Berger's been pitching very well. Stephen Kolek's only made 1 start for the Royals,
but it was good.
6 innings, I think, 1 earned run.
Yeah, he was good. I thought that was too much, but it doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. Fermin's the guy, and he throws better than Diaz. But I'll tell you what, Diaz has been swinging a little better bat than he had been.
I like what Diaz has done.
Ever since that trade got made, Diaz is like, oh, now I'm hitting. Well, if he had done that before, we wouldn't have needed to do this trade.
He said that he has more time to work on his swing now. And that's true. He's not starting every day. He's not starting every day. He can go hit in the cage, he said.
Give me a break. These guys are hilarious. They really are kind of hilarious.
I agree. I mean, if he's a catcher and he's catching basically 4 guys on the staff, he's got to come up with a game plan and study game plan every single day.
Get to the ballpark a half hour earlier and work on your swing. Okay, whatever you got to do.
That's fair enough.
Where else does he have to go?
Nowhere. Nowhere, really.
I mean, I can attest to the fact that when you don't have to be to work till 2:00, you got a lot of free time in the morning. So go work on your swing. See if I care.
I will.
All right. Let's take a check of some of the other stuff going on with a bit of a daily gambit, which is always fun on day 1 of the National Football League season.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo!
If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Brandon brought this to my attention, Chris. I didn't even know this, but meanwhile, Luis Campusano was named Minor League Baseball's Player of the Month for the Pacific Coast League in August.
Yeah, well, we've fallen for that already, though.
He led the league in average, 418, OPS 1.526.
1.5 for an OPS.
26.
Oh, he's been unbelievable down there.
He's got a slugging percentage of 747.
Slugging 747. On base is about 702 then. If his OPS is 15.
There's something like glaringly obvious about Luis Campusano that the Padres just won't tell us, because we think, okay, he's great.
He's been up here and he went 0 for 20.
I know.
I mean, what are they supposed
to do? But why
is
he so good at AAA, but he's not even close to that same? I know they say 4A players, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think he's even a 4A player.
Someone on the chat said he can get a statue in El Paso.
Yeah, he's a 3A player, obviously. I mean, he's had his chances.
He definitely has.
I think it's a little late to try him again.
Yeah, I think so too. All right. On Tuesday, we made the bets.
We haven't done wagers.
Padres -1.5 against the Orioles. Chris chose Padres.
You
Tony
took
and I
the
chose
Orioles.
Orioles.
Both of you guys.
6-2 Orioles.
Ashamed of yourselves.
6-2 Orioles.
Should be ashamed of yourselves.
Padres Orioles over under 8 runs in the total runs in the game on Tuesday night. Chris and Tony went under. I went over, but it was right on 8, so we push. Cameron Mlodzinski over under 3.5 strikeouts.
He was pitching against the Dodgers that night, so yes. I picked him up there.
I spelled his name Bodzinski, but it was Mlodzinski. Anyway, you guys said over. I said under 3.5 strikeouts. He had 1 strikeout.
Yeah, he didn't last very long.
Who had more total bases? Shohei Ohtani on Tuesday night or Juan Soto on Tuesday night?
I went with Shohei.
You went with Shohei and you win. Tony and I went with Soto. Ohtani had a double and he had a homer and I believe a single.
Oh, wow.
Soto had a homer and a single.
He had a homer too.
Yes, I believe it was a grand slam.
Yeah.
But he only had 5 bases to Shohei Ohtani's 7.
Those of us who dislike Juan Soto have been really quiet lately, because there isn't a whole lot we can say. He's just really good, crushing the ball.
Djokovic
Mets
against Taylor Fritz on Tuesday night. Djokovic -3.5 game spread. You guys said Fritz, I said Djokovic. And it ended up being Djokovic would win by 4 games total. So the bet is won by Djokovic, but it was very close. Very close.
But not Taylor Fritz, as we said the other day, 0-11 in his career against the Joker.
Ugh. If you're going to bed that night, are you like, why can't I beat this guy?
It's got to be on your mind.
Yeah.
There's no question.
Liberty, -6.5 at the Valkyries Tuesday night. Chris and I chose the Valkyries. Tony chose the Liberty. Valkyries win 66-58, so 8 points. We win that bet.
All right, tonight we got Philadelphia 8.5 over Dallas. It's just fun to do an NFL one for sure.
Yes.
From what I understand, people have been flocking to this game in terms of betting their houses and whatnot on it. I will say this, and you know how anti-gambling I am?
Yes.
But if you had $10 burning a hole in your pocket this week, I would rather bet it on this than waste it on the lottery that my wife made me buy the other night. Ugh. That was a waste of $10.
Oh, so you guys didn't win. Oh,
not
you're at work. You're at work.
Yeah,
so.
not that I'm aware of. Yeah,
Chris has already said if he won the lottery, he would not show up to work the next day. Which
it's just one day.
I don't disagree. No, you keep coming back as a billionaire.
Yeah. What else do I have to do?
I
like arguing with you.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right. Did you already pick your?
I'm going to go with the Eagles. I think the Cowboys might be a little better than people are thinking because of this whole Micah thing, but I think the Eagles, just too good for Dallas. I've seen a 14-point here, so I'll take the Eagles.
I think the Eagles are going to win the game, but I think the Cowboys I think the Cowboys are really getting crushed by everyone.
So they're going to be
They're going
riled
to be a
up.
little motivated. We'll see how Brian Schottenheimer can do. But if this is like a 42-0 game,
yeah,
it's going to be a long season.
Brian Schottenheimer, if it's close, will screw up managing the clock.
Just
in honor of Marty. Just in honor of his dad. Over-under for this one's 48 points. Greg, you're up first here. 48 total.
48.
24-24.
I'm going to go over.
You got to go over. Most people think the Eagles are going to get at least 40 points themselves. Who you got here? Dak minus 35 yards passing or Jalen Hurts? I mean, it's obvious that you go with Dak here because he's going to get $1 million because they're going to be trailing. Jalen Hurts doesn't need to throw as much, but I'm going to take Hurts. All I have to do is hit a couple of long ones in there. I have faith in Jalen Hurts.
You know, the whole
I'm getting 35 yards too, so
you
I'll take that.
That's big actually.
Who do you like?
Because the Jalen Hurts not throwing for 3,000 yards last year has boggled my mind.
It's so weird that he didn't make it. Yeah,
since then,
he's the only guy in the league practically who didn't make it.
And Saquon, how much is Saquon going to be used this year? You know what? I think the Cowboys are going to be in a lot of garbage time, so I'm going to say Dak.
Dak minus 35. Saquad's 116.5.
Total yards or rushing yards?
Rushing plus receiving.
Okay.
116.5.
116.5 rushing plus
rushing plus receiving. Saquad's Barkley.
Am I up?
Yep.
He loves prime time. I'm gonna go over.
I don't think he's gonna have as good of a season, but I do think he's gonna have a good debut. I'll say over as well. The combination of CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens minus 10 yards versus the combination of A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. This time I'll take the two Cowboy guys. Lamb and Pickens. They're going to make some plays.
I just wrote George Pickles.
Oh. I'll take Lamb and Pickens minus 10 here.
And it's Brown and Smith.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Cowboys guys
Going
too.
with the Cowboy
Lots
guys
of garbage
there.
time.
U.S. Open women's semifinals. Top seed Arena Sabalenka. 4.5 games over Buffalo Bills owner, daughter Jessica Pegula. Pegula's never won a major, but she did get to the U.S. Open final last year. She seems to play well here. I think she keeps it close enough, plus the 4.5. I'll take Pegula. Keep it close against Sabalenka.
I can't go with Pegula.
Yeah, all right. You don't have to. The other semifinal tonight, Naomi Osaka trying to continue her beautiful and inspiring comeback, favored by 1.5 over the higher-seeded player, Amanda Anisimova of the U.S. You're up here. Osaka has won the U.S. Open before, but not for 5 years.
Yeah.
She's trying to come back.
After watching her yesterday, she's got a peaceful look to her.
Right.
I'm going to go with her.
I'm going Osaka as well. Anisimova might be the more powerful hitter, but Osaka seems to have it back together. Tomorrow, another classic showdown. It's at noon. Alcaraz 5.5 over the Joker.
Really?
Men's semifinal.
5.5 over the Joker.
Yeah, well, Alcaraz has been
He's
so good, but the Joker's still, he hasn't ready to go away yet.
Yes.
Who do you like? You're up. Oh, no, I'm up. I really think the Joker's going to be, scary good here. Is Alcaraz going to go like 6-4, 6-3, 6-3? Nah, I'm going to take the Joker. Too many games.
I agree.
All right. Both going Joker there.
I don't like the haircut that Alcaraz has now.
Me neither.
It looks weird.
Who gave him that advice to shave his head?
I don't know.
Not a good look.
I liked it when he had hair.
I like anybody with hair. That's why I like you so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, something a little different, but something important to what's going on in our community out there. And we don't often, focus right in on a community thing, but I think this is important. If you play softball in San Diego County, and I got to believe that means a lot of you, or at least people or somebody in the family.
You have been touched by this.
Yeah. Softball evidently has become almost unaffordable to play in San Diego County. We're going to talk to a guy, Kevin Hellman, who runs a bunch of softball leagues here, to explain what's going on and if we can do anything about this. Because I guess it's, it's getting really exorbitant to sign your softball team up now in San Diego. So we'll talk about that with Kevin when we come back. As a little traffic too.
Yes.
So some more stuff on the community with traffic. Costello, Mr. Skraby today. Tony Gwynn Jr., Idol. Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan. Every now and again, we got to do something for the community out there, or our best to help the community. If the politicians want our help, they're welcome to call for it as well. But I don't know that this is community versus local politicians or not, but I do know that I'm hearing and have been hearing for a while from friends of mine and people around the town that it's almost impossible now to come up with enough money to play softball.
Yeah, we brought it up a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and I've had a couple of people discuss it with me. So Kevin Hellman, who puts together a bunch of softball leagues in San Diego. In fact, if you've played softball anywhere in the county, I bet you've run into Kevin Hellman. He joins us here to talk about what's going on and see if we can't do anything about this. Hi, Kevin Hellman. How are you? Good to talk to you, sir.
Hey, Chris. How you been?
I'm good. And, you and I played softball in San Diego for a long time. And
long time.
Yeah. And back to when I didn't even need to be pinch ran for. So it's
man, that was a long
time ago. Right. But no, Kevin is, he's really well known to the people who play softball. He puts all these leagues together. He takes care of a lot of people. And, I played in really competitive softball leagues with and for Kevin, and, played in a lot of those co-ed leagues. And the thing to me is softball is just such a fun activity that almost anybody can get in on. A lot of people like to do it once or twice a week, somewhere around the county. But what's going on here, Kevin? Get us caught up on, the situation with the affordability of it becoming a question now.
Well, we all know about the city budget cuts, and gosh, they're hitting us in every possible way, from trash to parking, adult recreation, and when you mentioned softball, that's what I do. But I mean, this affects kickball, it affects volleyball, it affects, basketball, any adult leagues that pull permits, it affects everyone. So it's not just softball, but ultimately back in March, the city council actually voted for 2 rate increases. The way permits work in the city through Park and Rec, you pay an hourly rate, and then you also pay a per team rate. In April, they raised the hourly rate, and then when the new budget hit July 1, the rate for teams went up considerably.
It was
185% increase is what it is.
What is it? 180? I was saying 20, 30%. I thought that sounded like a lot.
Well, Park and Rec recommended 19.5%, and the city council raised it a whole lot more than that. I mean, basically, they're coming to us saying this is all cost recovery. So we went back to them and said, show us the numbers that show us the cost, because most of the leagues that I run, and you've played in them, so we've got poorly maintained fields. We sometimes have very few lights working. The fields are never dragged. So the only real hard costs are the lights and mowing the grass, turning the water on the grass.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of expense. We don't have any staff at any of the facilities where I run leagues.
No.
So,
that's right.
I think, and it's just from discussions with a couple of council offices, that they got numbers from operations that were, what does it cost for the whole 30 days of the month? And then they said, well, we have to cover all of that.
We have to raise the prices, right? All right, so
right,
this
that's
is coming
not the
down.
hours that we're physically using the field.
Yeah.
And so that's the problem. So, to say good, the city council members, several of them have talked to us, and I do think they're listening. But, it's a long, drawn-out process to, change a budget item.
Right. All right. So give me just for an example. Can you give me an example of a cost? Let's say Skraby and I want to put together the 97.3 The Fan co-ed team to play in one of your leagues. What might it have cost me to enter 6 months ago as opposed to entering my team now? Can you just give me a ballpark?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. On average, and I'll say that because I've looked at rates all around the county to see where the city of San Diego falls.
Okay.
On average, most of the leagues charge between $550 and $650 a team, and then you pay the umpire on top of that.
Right. You pay each game. You bring a few bucks to pay the umpire.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
If this current increase sticks, we're going to have to raise fees to almost $900 a team. So it's a considerable increase.
Almost twice. almost.
Yeah.
$550 to $900. So yeah, that's a lot.
And then when you add in the umpire fees, it's another $250 or so a team.
Sure.
It just gets very expensive, especially as you mentioned, somebody that might play more than once a week. And in a couple of my leagues, I got guys that play 2-3 days a week.
Sure. All right. So the city is saying, look, this is what it costs. I'm trying to give us both sides of this. And they're saying this is what it costs for you guys to use the field. We need to recoup that. You got to pay $900. You're saying not really. You could probably find a way. You said they're listening. Is there anything the listeners who out there play softball and don't want to pay these fees? I mean, is it as simple as, throwing emails their way and just trying to be reasonable about it so that you don't tick everybody off, but at least get your voice heard?
Well, and that's the consideration we had, is we don't want to piss anybody off. We want to work with the city, and we've asked, just kind of meet us in the middle here.
Yeah.
We understand the budget. We understand cost recovery. But at the same time, we're going to lose teams that can't afford to pay the original rate, much less the new rate.
Yeah.
It's a chicken and egg in some ways, because if 20% or 30% of the teams stop playing, the city's not going to make the money they think they're going to make. And we're going to be, either way, we're going to be outpricing the rest of the county, who charge between $550 and $650 on average per team.
Right.
So, there's a couple of things that I hope the city council members will take a look at and realize, okay, maybe we went a little too far. Let's see if we can find that middle ground. And I'm hopeful that can happen by the end of the year.
Yeah. Kevin called me on this, and I honestly think if it would have been out of left field, I would have been like, well, okay, we'll talk about it a little bit. But the fact that you called me after I'd already been hearing from people in softball that I play with, I play in Poway. That was not necessarily choice to not play in San Diego. I just got invited to play on a team in Poway. So I've been up there for a while, but I have a lot of people there who are saying, I'm going to not be able to play as much as I used to, because I also play in San Diego leagues and now people can't afford it. So if that's happening, I really hope that this is something that the city council will take a look at. Kevin's very reasonable, and I think you can tell by listening to him, he's not one of these, hey, we need this and that's it. There's a lot happening in the city, right? Softball can't always be the number one priority, but it is an important thing, man. Recreation, people getting out, meeting other people, spending time together, it's a fun thing. It's something that's important in our community. And I want to make sure that, people can afford it. And I think you do too, Kevin. So go ahead, Skraby's got a little something.
Yeah, I know someone that plays softball down in the San Diego area, and this is nothing to do with the softball organizers. It has to do with the city. So they're afraid to go to the park sometimes late, because there are so many different people that are living in the park, and they don't drag the fields, and the lights don't go on all the time. So I mean, I would really hope that the city would charge us money and maybe put a little bit back into it, like maybe some security, maybe some, dragging the fields, as you said.
Some people don't even feel safe going to play some softball.
Well, at this one specific place, there are a lot of, homeless people, and
sure.
And they don't really want to go there at 9:30 p.m. by themselves.
Wow.
Well, you make a really good point. Imagine, we lose enough teams, so, Tuesday night we don't have a softball league. The lights are off all night. What's going to happen? Exactly what you're talking about. There's not going to be the best people hanging around that field.
Well, I hope you get it done, Kevin, and I hope you'll stay in touch with me and let me know how we're doing on this. It's September. Let's hope that by the end of the year you have some good news, because I think it is important, man. Recreation, things to do outside of work and even your own family. Getting out with other families and think this is where softball is important, where kickball, where volleyball. People all like to do this stuff, and let's make sure we can somehow keep it affordable. Kevin, keep up the good fight. And by the way, Kevin Hellman knows a thing or two about fighting for his side.
Oh, yeah?
He's a lifelong Saints fan.
Ooh.
It has not been easy, but
it's almost as tough as being a Dolphin fan, right, Chris?
Pretty much.
I love it.
Pretty close.
Nice job.
Well, he knows he can make fun of me. But here's how good a fan Kevin is. He's on a flight Saturday to go down to their opener Sunday.
That is awesome.
Kevin is a Saint guy.
You
so
are.
I support him and keep an eye on his club. Kevin, good luck with the softball, man. We'll keep talking it up. Anything we can do here. I don't want anybody in the city to feel like we're attacking them because I don't think we are. We're just trying to say, hey, look, this is getting pretty pricey. Can we do something about it? Good luck, my man.
Hey, you know what? One more
Yes.
thing I'd like to mention, if I can.
Sure.
You know, after a ball game, most people go out and have food or drink. It's going to affect businesses in the local communities where those fields or gyms or beaches or wherever you go play sports.
Interesting.
It's going to affect that, you know, and that sales tax that's not coming in, it hurts local businesses. I mean, after my game last night, my whole team went out and had food and beverage. So, I mean, we spent $400. You know,
well, that's something I never experienced when I played with you. He never bought me a thing after a game.
Actually, we bought you Woodstock's pizza once, but that's okay.
Oh, you did? Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
there
I
you
should
go.
remember that.
He did do something for you.
All right. Well, Kevin Hellman is on the case for us here in San Diego that want to get these prices back, and we'll try to help out if we can. Kevin, good to talk to you again, sir.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
Thank you.
All right. Kevin Hellman there. As he said, and if you're, you know, a softball player and this means, you know, something to you, a lot to you, maybe, if you're going to write to the city council or people on the council and, you know, be reasonable. Don't attack them. They're going to toss your email away.
That's never going to work.
It doesn't go anywhere. Be reasonable. Say, look, I really want to play. I can't afford it. Is there something we can do? And, you know, I think if you listen to Kevin, and he's going to be reasonable, but try to get something done so that, you know, softball is not a lean on, you know, people's, there's not a lot of money out there. Not a lot of people have a lot of disposable income anymore.
No.
Right. So, you know, and now you're going to charge for something they use disposable income on an exorbitant amount.
Yeah, now you got all this other stuff downtown with the parking meters going to $10. I mean,
hey, look, the city needs the money. I'm not saying they don't, but
it needs to be used.
We can figure it out. Yeah,
it needs to be used right. I don't need another and I'm not saying that I'm an expert on this at all. I don't need another city council raise. Don't care about them making any more money for sure.
Yeah, that's never a great look.
You know what? We're going to charge you $10 a park, but we just gave ourselves a raise.
Yes, we deserve it. All right. Skraby and I are going to go into Adam Klug's office during this break and give ourselves a raise.
Yes.
And then come back and wrap things up. We got look ahead to tonight's NFL season opener and some NFL talk when Gwynn and Chris continues.
Ben and Wood.
And you got the opening night of the National Football League. And we got the game. Eagles, Cowboys coming up. Pre-game, 4 o'clock. Kickoff a little after 5. Tonight, in the city that likes to say it's brotherly love.
Brotherly shove.
Until they win a title, and then people start beating each other up as they try to get on lampposts and stuff.
I remember when the cops had to go Crisco the light poles.
I know. They didn't seem too brotherly love when they were celebrating those Super Bowls.
No, they did not.
Tomorrow night, it'll be the Chiefs and the Chargers in Brazil, where the Charger fans are now mad because it's a Charger, quote, home game, but they have painted one of the end zones in Chiefs colors. Charger fans are upset with that.
Oh, I would be upset too, but
it's our home game. Shouldn't give them any end zones.
You're a Chargers fan, so.
Yeah, right. You might need to look yourself in the mirror on that one. All right, let's check traffic, and then we got picks. We've done the NFC and AFC East this week. We've done the North. Today, the South divisions are in our crosshairs.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Well, guys, no sooner did we clear that crash out of Middle Lane, South 805 before Governor, but now an accident in the backup right before Mira Mesa Boulevard. This one is blocking the fast lane. Couple cars involved. That's southbound 805. Also, crash has cleared on westbound 8 for the 163, but eastbound 8, we still have this accident just past Hotel Circle. Appears to be in the center divide. Also traveling on northbound 15 near Poway Road, collision involving a couple vehicles. Everything has been moved over to the right shoulder. And traveling on eastbound 78 just before Rancho Santa Fe. You know I love this. A ladder reported in middle lanes. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers, earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Rumbling.
Bumbling and stumbling.
Yeah. Chris Berman, never really my all-time favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't hear great things about Chris Berman.
Wow, that's interesting.
But I thought he was a lot of fun on the air. And he helped kind of, I don't want to say popularize the NFL, but he didn't hurt matters by the way he hosted that primetime show. And, all the nicknames and, it was part of the fabric.
Every time Mike Allstott had the ball, it was
yeah, right. Yeah, good stuff. Chris Berman.
We had Chris Berman on in one of my shows when I first started producing, and he was long-winded. Let me tell you.
One question, huh?
It was a 25-minute interview, and like 3 questions were asked. But Chris Berman is a legend in the broadcasting industry.
He's a legend. I hear he's a bit of a legend in his own mind.
I
also look up the video of Chris Berman yelling at the people in the studio.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
That is an all-time.
We'll do it live.
That's an embarrassing moment for Chris Berman, I hate to say.
I mean, someone was rolling on that because they wanted to catch that.
They got it.
Yeah.
All right. We got the AFC and NFC South.
Ugh.
I can barely name the teams in those divisions, let alone picking them.
Or I put Sorth in the
the Sorth.
The Sorth.
I like it. All right, let's start with the AFC.
All right.
Alphabetical order. A goes before N.
I got 2 things for you before we do that. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. Also, Football Talk on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Stream your local NFL game all season long, kicking off with the juicy Week 1 matchup between Detroit and Green Bay. Starting at just $30 for your first year. That's just $2.50 a month. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. AFC South, Chris, who is your winner?
Well, I think it's a bit of a process of elimination. D'Amico Ryans is 2 for 2, by the way.
Playoffs?
He's been coached 2 years. He's won the division twice.
That is it, yeah.
I think he's going to go.
49er coach.
Yeah,
too.
I know. I think he's going to go 3 for 3. I'm trying to see if the other teams can get there, but I don't think they can. Stick with the Texans. I am, I want to point this out because a lot of people think it's going to be the Chiefs and the Bills and the Ravens and the Texans. And I've seen the NFC where people say it's going to be the Eagles and the Lions and the, whoever won Tampa Bay, the teams that won. That never happens in the NFL where everybody repeats the next year.
Yeah.
But we all think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it is very weird how that is.
Yeah, I'll take Houston, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Texans as well. Last place?
I think you have a 3-team race here. I think they're all in contention. I know Tennessee lagged behind last year, but they get a little shot in the arm with Cam Ward. I also think Lawrence can have moments. I don't have a lot of faith in Daniel Jones. After he whips the Dolphins this week, the Colts will be last.
Colts?
Watch Daniel Jones. He's going to look like a Hall of Famer Sunday. I just know it, and I'm going to be so mad.
I think Daniel Jones is good enough to win one more game than Cam Ward and the Titans. I'm going to go with the Titans last. Who is your MVP of the division?
Well, I wrote it down, and now I can't remember. So that's how big I think this division is. I'm going to go with the guy I think's the best player in the division or the biggest, playmaker. And it looks like this Brian Thomas.
Oh, okay. All right.
I do like C.J. Stroud. I think he's kind of already hit his limit in a lot of ways. I see C.J. Stroud. I've already kind of flatlining from here.
All right. My MVP, it was between two guys.
Yes.
I know.
You're still thinking it over?
I'm going to say if the Jaguars have a great season, it's because of Trevor Lawrence.
Okay.
I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence. He's going to turn it around.
Also, I guess saying the Jaguars are going to have a great season then.
I think they're going to have a decent season. I think they have talent. They just have not had the coaching.
Okay.
And I don't know that they still have the coaching, but we'll see. Breakout.
All right, I'm going with a crazy one here.
All right.
I read the guy about him today. And this is one of those way overreactions to reading one thing.
Okay.
So I just want you to know that. And I also want you to know that I know so little about this guy that I'm going back now to the roster to try and look up his name. So give me a second.
Okay.
Isn't this terrible? I told you, the South divisions, I don't know. All right, here's my guy for Jacksonville. Breakout fantasy player. I've read Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby. They're not really thrilled with either guy.
Oh, I know where you're going.
And the best guy in the Jacksonville backfield
I know where you're
is
going.
Bashul Tootin.
Yeah, I love Tootin.
I'm going with Bashul Tootin, Tuten. And if that hits, then everybody can say, wow, you really got that one.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the third string guy right now, Bashul Tootin. I got to look him up now that I'm kind of excited about
He went in our draft last night.
Did, huh? Virginia Tech, 4th round pick. There you go.
All right, my breakout, I got him in the 8th round, so
That's
I
a breakout
stole him.
Qualifying.
Travis Hunter.
You got him, huh?
No one was picking him. I'm like, I can't pass on him again. What if he does have a great season?
All right, well,
I got him late enough.
Yeah, that's
Travis
late enough.
Hunter.
All right.
I'll go with my bold prediction first, and it has to do with Travis Hunter. Not only is he going to be a great wide receiver, but he's also going to lead the NFL in interceptions.
All right, lead the league.
Which is it's a crazy bold prediction, but it would be really fun.
Could be as good a chance as anybody. I might change my bold prediction now.
Okay.
My first one was that by the end of the season, you'll be able to name the coach of Jacksonville. That was going to be my bold prediction.
Okay, Liam Cohen.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
How about Tennessee?
I know. I can see his face. He was swearing like crazy. He's the son of a former coach.
Brian Callahan?
Callahan, that's it.
How about Indy?
Shane Steichen.
Yeah, you're not bad. All right, I'm going to change my bold prediction then. My bold prediction, Skraby does not start Travis Hunter one time this year in fantasy.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. Total wasted pick. I don't think unless you have a game where there's like everyone's on bye, I don't think you're going to even use it once.
Rethink my pick altogether.
That's my bold prediction.
All right, let's go to the NFC. I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
a
we
bad
got a
one.
couple minutes, so let's hustle.
Yeah, okay. NFC South, Chris. Who is your winner?
This is for my guy, my neighbor Ryan. He is really a Buccaneer fan, and I think they got a really good shot. I don't think they're just good. I think they could be like win a playoff game or two.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to go with the Bucks. Baker Mayfield, great stuff right there. Last place, I'm going to go with I'm sorry to our guy who just came on the phone. Yeah. I'm sorry to. I know we have one fan there out there.
Yeah, I think he's picking him last also.
The Saints are going on paper, they look awful.
It looks bad.
So Saints.
Same. Got to be the Saints. There.
Now, who is your MVP of the division?
Well, this is just to make me look good.
Okay.
Because I railed against the fact that everyone passed on this guy in the draft. Because I thought he was better than J.J. McCarthy, even though J.J. McCarthy beat him in the championship.
Okay.
And that is Michael Penix Jr., and he blossoms for the Falcons and reminds everybody why they should have taken him in the first place instead of everybody passing on him. He was obviously the best quarterback that whole season. Michael Penix Jr., MVP of the division.
MVP of the division.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Who you got?
All right, Michael Penix. I'm going to go. I think Baker Mayfield.
Let's go Baker, huh?
He's found a new life in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, a little bit of a comfort zone.
And he's been great. I wish he can get his commercials back because I loved his commercials. But Baker Mayfield. Now, who is your breakout?
This is kind of an obvious one. So it's almost so obvious that it probably won't happen. But I haven't read anything other than the fact that Emeka Egbuka of Tampa Bay, wide receiver, is going to be the next superstar receiver.
I have heard that as well.
I'm going with everything I've heard.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with the I can't remember his name. McMillan. I'm just going to say McMillan, the guy that the Panthers drafted.
Oh, yeah,
in the first round.
Tough name. Yeah, Tedaraya.
Tedarota.
Yeah,
tough I'm going to go with McMillan. Everybody's telling me he's the next
he could be good.
Calvin Johnson-esque.
I'm going to say, I wonder if the Panthers are going to be bad because everyone just gave up on old Bryce Young there. And after his second chance around, he came back and played a lot better.
He sure did.
So who knows with Bryce Young? He might
sure
still be okay.
Did.
We got
bold prediction.
I say if the Saints don't beat the Cardinals Sunday, they don't win a game.
Saints might go winless.
Yeah, they got to beat the Cardinals. I think they can catch them in week 1. That's it. Otherwise, Saints challenge the Lions and Browns. And as a matter of fact, they would be the first 0-17 team. No one's ever done that.
I'm going to go Panthers make the playoffs.
Ooh, that's bold.
It is bold. I don't know why, but I like Dave Canales, the head coach of the Panthers.
I'm glad you do. I don't know why you like him either, though.
I don't know. I don't either. But I feel like last year he showed that he could control that locker room and they can play for him because they played really well down the stretch. Bryce Young played well down the stretch.
You know, it is interesting. We have a minute to go. In the NFL, when you're in December and the season's, quote, over for you. How you play in those games means a lot.
It does.
Even if you lose or you're out of it. And the fact that Carolina beat Atlanta, they beat Arizona, they played tough in a couple of those games, that might help carry them over.
And it helps for a quarterback like Bryce Young, who had a terrible start to his career.
Yes, got taken out.
Yeah,
he was benched.
It helps when coaching staff has your back and they want you to be good and you can tell that they care about you type of thing.
I got the season starting. We got a minute, maybe a minute. You're going to have to go really quick. Give me a spur of the moment Super Bowl prediction.
Oh, gosh.
Tough on spur of the moment. You want me to go first while you think about it?
Yes.
I've been bullish on the Lions using the pain of last year. And I think Josh Allen finally gets the ball to bounce his way. And the Chiefs just can't be that lucky again. Say Lions, Bills.
Lions, I would take that.
Okay.
I'm going to go. I do agree the Lions probably get over the hump this year. They've done enough of their losing, but it's going to be Lions and
Ravens. Ravens are pretty popular.
I was thinking Ravens. Yeah, I'll go Ravens.
The Chiefs can't possibly be as lucky as they were last year. It might have been the luckiest season in NFL history.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
8 seconds, Chris.
All right. Enjoy football. We're back tomorrow getting you ready for another Padre baseball. See you later.